Hi guys, BKG here, and on today's episode of our executive music review with Music Executive, today we'll be talking about music promotion, music marketing for a fast rising artist. I don't want to call them upcoming artists, so for a fast rising artist, the do's and don'ts, what you need to know if you are just coming in as a fast rising artist. And by that topic, I can't go alone. I have to come again with music executive, someone that knows better. So you learn and I learn. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, BKG.
Yeah, good evening.
Good to be doing this again.
Yeah, we are back.
Yeah, so marketing tips for emerging superstars.
Yes.
For awaiting superstars.
Yeah, I like that name. Emerging superstars. Me, I call them fast rising.
Awaiting superstars.
Yeah.
I like when you said marketing. So a lot of what, first of all, background. There's no one way to promoting an artist or a song, but we can just discuss the general background and idea that everybody builds on. So for every artist and for every song, there are different strategies. So it's not a one size fit all. So you cannot just lift, even if you have access to a Wizkid strategy now, if you lift it and you have the budget to execute it and you use it for another artist, the artist might not blow. So every artist with their own peculiarity. And so basically, I would just like us to talk about the foundation, the major things that every artist should look at. And again, I like the word marketing because in promotion there is sales and there is marketing. So marketing is more long term. Sales is how you just sell now. So for example now, if somebody just come and meet you to buy granite, person is trying to sell to you. But now, when the granite is now branded, that now has BKG granite, that's beyond just trying to sell. That's marketing. The branding, the name, that's marketing. Is long time because sales is just one time. So marketing is more long time, meaning the next time you want to eat granite, when you enjoy it, you now ask for BKG granite. They don't have to. Do you understand? So you're asking for. So now the difference between that sales and marketing is the identity. So the first thing for any artist, the first thing is identity. That's where your promotion starts from. Your identity. So meaning that even if you have the opportunity to be played on the biggest radio in the whole world, how would people remember you? If they want to request for you anywhere, how do they remember you? Thousands and thousands and thousands of music are played on radio every day. But only few artists are remembered with their unique name and unique sound. Your identity. Thousands and thousands of videos are played on TV every day. How do you stand out? So if we sit down here and we are gisting, do you understand? And music is playing in the background. Let's say we are watching YouTube or a music channel. We'll watch in 1 hour, we'll probably watch 20, 30 videos. But there's one video that is going to interrupt our gist that will be like, who is this one? From the way the person is dressing, from the unique sound, so that is the marketing. You see the playing, that promotion, they are playing you. But how does it really, really translate for you? Do you understand? Because they will play 100 artists, but only maybe 1 or 2 will blow. So the foundation of everything that you are doing as an artist starts from your unique sound. You have to first do your own work that how do I sound different from everybody? A lot of artists don't like to hear this because they play music for their brothers, for their friends, and they just say, Omo, you bad. If you have not found your unique sound that make you different from everybody. Yes, you might be lucky to have one hit song, but at the end of the day, that's how people become one hit wonder because there is no element. So it's more like your success is more like a fluke. It's not, if you look at all the biggest artists that we have, you definitely find all the unique elements. So beyond sound, beyond the way you look, the way you package yourself, then what is your story? So everybody know Wizkid is an Ojuelegba boy that is fresh. Davido is Omobapolu. Two-Face is the most talented among plantation boys. Idris Abdulkarim is a Yoruba boy that grew up in the north. That is is an activist. So you must have a story. When 50 Cent blew up, is the artist that was shot 9 times that survived.
That didn't die.
That didn't die. So you have to have a story. It's part of your branding. It's part of your identity.
I think what I noticed about these emerging superstar, like you call them, is they always feel like, okay, if I am good, everything will just fall in place. I think that's the misconception. Like they always feel like I'm talented now. You should just listen to my music. They don't always want to invest in marketing. Even if you are trying to tell them that, this song is dope. You should just like promote, do content, do all of that.
And we have not even gotten to that place. We'll get. I'm just giving like, a background of the things that people don't pay attention to, that will make whatever money you are spending in the future to have better effect, or what your efforts will have better effect. So you should have a story. Do you understand? In the era of them Reminisce, Olamide and Co, when they were trying to come up, trying to do their Yoruba rap and everything, consciously or unconsciously, they branded themselves streets, Ibile rap, and they were doing it, and they become a force to reckon with in the
streets.
Because it wasn't cool to rap in Yoruba at that time, but they carried their thing like swag, like streets take over, like you said, Ibile United. They were calling themselves Ibile United. They were saying it in the song. They were making collaboration. We'll get to that part too. So branding, your story is part of your branding. Do you understand? So you can brand yourself as maybe to a popular neighborhood for them to support you. Or you can brand yourself with struggle so that everybody can relate with you, to be like, hey, Omo, you are going this together. That's like Omo Nami suffer pass. Even beyond music, politicians use story as branding. For example, Peter Obi's story branding is, I only have 2 shoes. I only have 1 watch. It's branding. It's a story that resonates, that you remember. And Jonathan said, I had no shoes. Do you understand?
But I have only 1 house in Dara.
Do you understand? So you see, story is part of branding beyond. And if you look at Peter Obi, thinking about him now, he's wearing a black shirt, the picture in your head. All these things are deliberate. See Tinubu, you see the sign on the scarf. It's branding. The same thing as an artist. You have to have brand identity. So you see yourself like any product, like if you see a Sprite now, you know it's green label. You see Coca-Cola now, you know it's black and red. Do you understand? So as an artist, when the band was coming up, he used to sew like lace to make different styles. See Lagbaja, see them, the Fela Kuti and everything. So all the greatest artists, they have image. Tupac now, you can remember the bandana, and he has a style of tying it. Do you understand?
Anywhere you see this head, you know it's Fela.
You understand? 50 Cent branded himself with bulletproof vest. When he was coming out, when he blew up, that is era, 2004, 2005 era. He was going everywhere with a bulletproof vest, which is synonymous with his story that I survived 9 shots and people are trying to kill me. So everywhere he goes, that's his branding. That's what makes it, and he perform on stage with the bulletproof vest with all of his crew. So that is the number 1 thing in branding and marketing and promotion for an artist. Have a unique sound, have a unique image, and have a distinct story that you want to tell, that people can remember you with.
Okay. I think why I want us to do this is I have seen like a couple of artists now that even me that I'm not an artist, you get, but with the little I know this particular guy is leaving a lot of money on the table. If you have like a proper team, like proper music promotion, proper branding, let me use branding that it embodies everything. Proper branding, you are supposed to be more than this. Like I can use one guy as an example now because he dropped a song that is not even trending at all. Someone as big as Benson now like the song. I don't know the relationship that they have, or I don't even think they have any relationship at all. So anything that Benson is doing, he's always playing that song. And in my own head, anytime I see that thing, I'm just thinking of these guys should just leverage this thing and just use it to like promote yourself. That. So I'm waiting 1 week pass, 2 weeks. This guy is just reposting Buju's this thing. Guy, you are not Wizkid. You are not Burna. You are upcoming artists that have the privilege to have a song that the celebrity like. Instead of you asking for a featuring, which you might not get, use this thing to promote yourself. And what all of them, like I can say all of them always say is, hey, you always talk about, hey, we should promote ourselves. Where should we see money?
To promote.
To promote. As an artist, you should have a source of income. Even anybody should have like 2-3 sources of income. If I'm not overthinking things, like I'm a content creator now. I have other things that I do. That's how I am able to like always show up. If I'm waiting for all of you that don't have money to like promote yourself now to come and give me money to promote you, how will I eat? Because anytime I post anything about okay, promote yourself, they always attack me like, hey, it's easy to say, where should we see money? I go and look for money.
So again, this money thing too, all the greatest artists that we have, the foundation that I just discussed about, when you have a unique sound, you have a good branding, you have a good story, it's easy for you to get somebody to invest in you. Like I said, all the greatest artists that you know, most of them, only few people is like Davido that came to the industry with their money. Other people, the only thing they have is these things, their talent, their unique sound, their branding, and their story. And people believe in them and they invest in them. So if you're an artist out there and you're listening to this and you are asking, where do I get the money? Set yourself aside from everybody. Sound different from everybody. Look different from everybody and have a distinct story. That then it will be easier for you to get somebody that will invest in you. Wizkid got somebody that invested in him to make him who he is. Burna Boy got somebody that invested in him to be who he is. Tupac, anybody that Two-Face Idibia, anybody that almost all of these greatest artists, only a very few percentage is like a Davido that come from a rich background and have their money. So, and the things that these people, these investors look for is unique sound, unique branding, and unique story. That's the background of everything that you are doing. Don't rush when they say, oh, you sound good. Don't rush to say you want to put out your music. Ask yourself, how am I going to set myself aside from everybody? Why should anybody listen to me? Why should anybody invest in me? To the way you perform your music is part of your craft. You have to be different. You have to be different. That's just the background of everything. So now, part of your branding is now how you show up on your social media.
Some of them will not even post.
Posting, you have to be consistent. Are you doing covers regularly? Are you doing acoustic versions? Are you showing your studio session? Are you showing you have to be consistent. Community building. So that takes me to community building. So your social media is part of your branding and your identity. So the second thing that is very important I'm sorry, I'm not going to tell you what you want to, you're probably waiting to hear that, oh, do radio, do sponsored. I'm telling you because there are so many artists that blew off TikTok. There are some artists that blew off radio. So it's not a one size fits all. There's no strategy that you can say, oh, if you do it like this. But there is a general thing that you can relate with all the greatest artists, all the big artists that, the biggest artists. I'm just telling you something that is consistent with all of them. So if you have this foundation, it's easier for you to now build on whatever you want to do. And for every song, every other song, and depending on the artist, requires different strategy, because even your strategy has to be based on the strengths and weaknesses of the artist. So if the artist is somebody that makes a lot of content, definitely make your strategy be more content based. That's more TikTok, more reels. If the artist is the one that does not like making content, we know them. Like Whiskey does not like making content. So, but somehow his team has figured out a way to marketing. So, no, I'm not going to come here to say, oh, do 1,000 TikTok or do 5,000 TikTok. But I'm trying to tell you because TikTok is a 4 or 5 years ago. So we might wake up tomorrow and there's something else now that is. So I'm not going to tell you something that is like is like an era. Is like, it's just working now, and we don't know but something that has been working from hundreds of years and that will continue to work. Your branding, then community building. How do you build your community?
Build your audience.
From your social media. Build community. If you are a student, the best place for artists to build community and to build fan base is while they are students on campus. Unfortunately, I've met so many artists that when they were students, they are shy. Their friends don't even know they can sing. They now graduate and they want to start singing. It's okay, it's never too late. But for people that are still in school, the best place to start your career is while you are in school. So you can build a community while you are in school. Start performing in your department, dinners, your freshers' nights, your what have you. Start performing. There are so many artists that they blew off being an alumni of, for example, Unilag, and anybody that is a Unilag student, they are interested. Almost school mini is for my school, and they start supporting you because average federal university, for example, in Nigeria has between 70 to 100,000 students. If you can get half of that people to listen to you on Audiomack for 5 times, in 1 week you have 1 million streams. You have and it's very, very easy. And statistics has shown that most of the people that listen to music the most are students. They are the people that they don't have any, they are the most less busy people in the society. Not working class, not students are the people that can stream you 100 times, 200 times in a day.
Put your song on repeat.
Put your song on repeat. They are the ones. All these events now. Sheyi Vibe live in concert. This one, that one. Those are the people. It's the student that you see there. Except for the very, very expensive shows when you now come and buy table 1 million. Even at that, you still see students there. You still see students. They'll still find their way there. So students are your major market. So that means if this music consumption, if they say more than 50% of it are students, then that means if you're on campus, then you are in the middle of your target market. So build community.
You're already inside market.
While you are in school. If you are not in school, if you have graduated, build your community from going to campuses to perform. And there are other ways.
Even organize campus tour.
So, and there are other ways that you can build community depending on what genre of music you do. So, for example, for people that make soul music, alternative music, there are so many live music bars. In Lagos now, there's Bogobiori, there's Jazz O, there are other places like that. There is this Kunle Afolayan place on the mainland off Allen. So those places, you can go there, make an arrangement with them, talk to them, this, listen to my music. Some of them will ask you for money. Most of them will not ask you for money. They'll just say, okay, if you can bring crowd, you can even make money off of it as an emerging artist. If you can bring your crowd, they give you a certain percentage off of the spend of the people that you bring.
The money part is what most of the
We are
emerging
getting there.
superstar don't want to like.
We are getting there. That's
Because
what
the
I'm
question they
saying.
will ask is,
We are getting
will I see
there.
money?
Hold on, we are getting there. I said most of the places will ask you for money, but a lot of them will not ask you for money. You will even make money because they will now say, if you bring crowd and they spend money, we'll give you a percentage.
Like markup or something.
Do you understand? They will give you a percentage. They say, okay, if all the guests, all your fans that you bring to come and watch you, if they spend 1 million, then we'll give you 10%, that's 100,000, or we'll give you 20%, that's 200,000 off the 1 million. So it's now left. So it is the same community that you build from your social media by regularly posting and engaging. And if you have been doing stuff on campus, the same community that you build, that you are going to take to those kind of places. And then it's those same community now that you can now show that, okay, I did this in so place. 100 people came, 50 people came, 150 people came. And when you now start, you now move to street promotion. It's those same your community that you now use to leverage club hosting, club appearances, performance in raves like Milan Block Party and all of those kind of Milan Block Party now. They get up to 10,000, 15,000 people. Yeah. Do you understand? And they are emerging artists that perform there. They just don't pick them at random. They pick people that have following, that have community. So you have to show. So they look at your social media following and your engagement. They look at what have you been doing. So if you can show that, okay, my department dinner, they see your 2,000 crowd, how they vibe to your song. Those are the things that you can leverage to get Milan Block Party. And now, when you now perform on a platform like Milan Block Party to 2,000 people, you can direct them to go and listen to my song. Everybody bring out your phone. I want you to Shazam this song right now, and I want you to stream it. If they like your performance, they are going to do that. If 2,000 people stream your song 10 times, do the maths. They can even now introduce you to another 5 sets of people, because at least everybody has 5 people in their life that listen to music. And these days, sharing music is now a love language. That's what friends do among themselves. When you like somebody and you have like a song, you share with them. Every Friday, people share music. It's like a love language now. Like, yo, this is my... People even tell their friends that make me a playlist. Oh, make me a playlist for my gym.
I posted one on my story before coming here. That someone put me on a song and I posted it on my story. That,
do you understand?
You also go and check it.
So that's how you need to build community. Then every other thing from there, you require money, which is now going on radio, going on press, like not just going on TV, shooting music videos. Everything is now money, and that will now be based off of the strategy that you have with your publicist or your PR person to roll out. Then you now, when you start releasing music, you start talking about DSP support, getting playlist. If you cannot get that, you buy it. I feel like we should discuss that on a whole separate episode. But for emerging artists, what you need to do, again, let's go over it. Set yourself aside from your sound, the way you look, the way you dress, and your story. What is your story?
Have a story.
Have a story. It's okay. Some people lie. For example, Rick Ross lied that he was on the street selling drugs, but he was a prison warder. And he knows that if he comes out and says, I'm a prison warder, and he's rapping about crime, people will not believe him because they don't like police. The street people, they don't like police. They are never going to like him. So he has to come and tell the story that I'm a drug dealer, I'm a bad guy, and then it later came out that he was never a bad guy. In fact, he was a prison warden. He was an officer of the law. So what's the story here? Have a story to sell. Have a story to sell. So I gave you an example of 50 Cent, how his story was shot 9 times. Everybody wants to listen to him like, yo, who is that guy that survived 9 shots?
9 shots, yeah.
So every artist Everybody has and it's not a coincidence that whenever any artist has a sex tape, they blow up because now they have story. So the story is spreading. Everybody is going to listen to their music. Or if something bad happened to somebody, for example, when Victoria had his accident, see the way he's, he has always been such a great artist. I listen to him. I listen to him a lot, but
I think one of the things that went
the accident was like
performing with a wheelchair.
Yeah, it was like a blessing to him because now he has a story that this very promising boy almost lost his legs, and then everybody is now listening. So the bottom line is, I'm not saying anything bad should happen to anybody, but the bottom line, the point that I'm trying to paint is that everybody needs a unique story as an artist. It helps. If it's not for anything,
something that they show about
it makes people remember you. Even all these products that we consume, there's a reason why Coca-Cola always try to tie their brand to sports, and Pepsi, they tie their brand to music performance. You see Beyonce performing to big crowd. So everybody is selling a story, whether it's sport or music, it's excitement. So Coca-Cola is saying, anytime you want to watch football, we want you, Coke is what should come to your mind. Pepsi is saying, anytime you are in a concert or a music show or anything, you want to be the person that comes to your mind. Again, that is storytelling. Do you understand? So there are some artists now, if I say Duncan Mighty, what comes to your mind is Port Harcourt first song. That is a story. If I say Burna Boy now, you know a story, African Giants, Port Harcourt. So everybody should have a unique story. Fela, everybody knows is an activist and all of that. So, everybody should have story as part of your branding, then community from your social media. You have to post regularly. You have to have engaging posts. And, like Queen Madi now, for example, King Madi, I beg your pardon. For example, now, she already had huge following, huge community on TikTok that helped her music to build on. And I've seen so many artists that even they do other things to build their community on social media. Some, for example,
Sade has done a whole lot of things. Sade used to be a content creator. He used to do covers of music
to build his community
to
on
build
TikTok.
community.
So
now he's an artist.
So now
he
that he has the community, he has the community.
There's this guy
now
too, I think AY Lemmy or something. He particularly told me that he started dropping music after he had the follower. He was doing all these TikTok live. He was popular as a TikTok streamer.
I don't know if you know C-Boy. The same thing with
now
C-Boy.
That he has the following, he now started dropping music.
What about the guy that sang Short Skirts, Nasboy? The same thing. He built his following and his community with. Now, anytime he put out music, the music is.
There are already people waiting to hear from him
because he has a community. So that's the basic of music marketing and promotion and everything. Every other thing is after that.
I think I have a question to Paul.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can any of these emerging superstars do anything without money?
That's what we just say now. Having a unique sound, you don't need money. Dressing differently, you don't need money. You will not go naked either way. You shall buy clothes. Yeah. So you just know what you are buying.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So look at Wizkid, for example. Now, when I say Wizkid now, you can imagine the way he's dressing. He has his unique way of dressing. Do you understand?
And it's always simple.
Even other artists, if you ask them, how do you want to dress? Say Machala wave. People already know that what he wants to wear is going to have a palazzo pants and singlet and put like a free shirt on it. That's Machala vibe. So you just distinct himself, and it's not big label. In fact, you'll be surprised that maybe those stuff that Wizkid is wearing is made by a Nigerian designer, like a Nigerian designer that will just put it together for him. So anybody look at Fauzi's rollout now for his last album. See all the laces that he's showing different to make him different, and he's making all his TikTok videos look different. So everything is not money. There's creativity and being what's that word? Being intentional about what you want to do. It's about being intentional. So whatever resources that you have to clothe yourself, you can decide to clothe yourself in a way that sets you apart from everybody. Look at Code AF, the lady. She's always on black, and I can see, like you can set yourself different with the way you taking money. She's always wearing baggy shirts, baggy pants. So either, and you can see Ira Star, everything is short, skimpy. So you just need to find a way to set yourself aside from everybody and have your unique story. To cook up a story, like I said, I've given you people that have real life story. Like 50 Cent got shot 9 times. And we've had people that cooked up story. Like Rick Ross that said, oh, I used to sell drugs. Meanwhile, he was an officer of the law. He was a prison warden. And you have story of Whiskey just saying, okay, I'm a fresh boy from Surulere. And what's it called? Idris Abdulkarim, Yoruba boy that grew up in the north and with his activist side to it. So,
and the 50 Cent saga.
That was later, but like when he was Imagine, that was his brand. Like he's a Yoruba boy, you sing, then you put small Hausa spice to it.
That's what we know.
That's what we. But when it was coming up, you rap in Yoruba, you rap in Hausa, put Hausa melody, and that's what set him aside. That he's a Yoruba boy, but he lives in the north. That's the story. So everybody should have a story that sets you different, that can help you rent a space in people's head beyond just the music, that they can just attach to you. And community building, build your community. So campus is the easiest place to build community. Social media is the easiest way to build community. Posting every day, you can build your community with people from all over the world through social media, and having small events.
The only artist that I think is using the social media very well, like to his own advantage, is this Samad guy. I think most of these fast rising artists should just emulate him. This guy will come on live to do like a recording session. If he's recording a new song now, he will come live
to do it.
All of you should see how is he sounding. He will even be asking his audience, give me words that you want me to use in this song. So it's more like he's always carrying people along.
That's
he's just always intentional.
That's the whole idea of community. Make everybody feel part of you. Let them feel
like I'm part of this guy's journey.
So beyond that, then you can take emails of your fans, of your community, and then you are sending them newsletter, regular updates, about everything that you are trying to do. Is all community. So once you have that locked, if you have a community and you have your brand sorted out, every other thing.
What do they need to like have a proper branding? What are the things it entails?
Just set yourself apart from everybody. That's just it.
Like as a fast rising artist now, you don't need a team. Like just have it.
It's you now. It's you. Number one, from your name. Number two, from your sound, the way you sound. Now, if you are singing, everybody drives inspiration from somebody else. So, and when you are singing, even you know if you are sounding like somebody. If they give you a beat, you will know if this beat sound like a Davido beat or a Wizkid beat or a Young John beat. You will know. And if your beat does not sound like anybody's beat, you will know. When Rema came out with the last album, everybody know that it didn't sound like anybody now. And now when Casey came out with a song last week, it sounded like Rema. Everybody can say, oh, this Casey song sounds like Rema. So if you are making a song that sounds like somebody else, you know. You don't need anybody to tell you. If you sound like somebody, you know. You don't need anybody to tell you. And if you sound different from everybody, you see Buju now. Who does Buju sound like? Who does Steve sound like? Do you understand? So if you are unique, you will know. And everybody can find that uniqueness in what they are doing. Everybody can find it. So it's just more intentionality and more hard work to just find the uniqueness in you. Everybody is unique. Everybody has something that sets them aside from everybody. But sometimes it's lack of believing in oneself or not being intentional or
I think I don't want to call them lazy. Most of our artists these days, they just want to do fine boy.
See Odumodu Black. Who sounds like Odumodu Black? Nobody.
They color.
Who sounds like Zlatan? Nobody. So you can be different. See Fireboy. Who sounds like him? Who sounds like Ashake? And now, let me tell you something. Have you realized that Ashake is getting more attention with his different look than his music lately? So that is what unique look can do for you. If mentioning Ashake now, you can see his blue hair. In your hair, you can remember. So you need to set yourself aside from everybody. See Reminisce. If I mention Reminisce now, you remember his gold hair. If I say Tony Tetula, you remember his hair. The color is different. If I say Idris Abdulkarim, you remember that the towel that I put on his neck. That's his branding. For 10 years, every video, every picture, there's a towel around his neck. It's deliberate. Because he wants to be different. He wants you to remember him for that. If I say Two-Face, you remember him for his bald hair. If I say Rugged Man, you remember him for his head warmer. So all these things are deliberate. If I say Lagbaja, that's the masked man. So the uniqueness, it is very, very important. And during Don Jazzy's, era of coming up, he always had a pickup and a walking stick. Do you understand?
There was a time they were saying the walking stick is spiritual.
You get. So you have to, it's very, very important to just have something that is unique about you. It just helps your fans to remember you because they see plenty people. If you go to an average event now, maybe 15, 20 artists will perform before the close of the show. And guess what? People are not even paying attention to the upcoming. Everybody's waiting for Sheyi Vibe or for Charlie Poppy to come on.
There was a day we went to see Ayomaf at the shrine. So there was this lady, I think Madola. That was how I got to know Madola. She was the only artist before Ayomaf that came with her own dancers. And she was even leading the dance group, dancing, because even the sound that day was not all that.
Great, yeah.
So we were not really hearing
what they were doing.
What
she's
doing
is different.
I had to just Shazam this thing, and fortunately Shazam was able to get the song. And the following day I dropped review for the song.
You see what I'm saying about going to shows and you ask your fans.
That's how I got to know Madola.
Song. I just mentioned it here.
That's how I got to know her. And since then, I'm a fan.
So that is just what it is. So maybe we talk about more specific things about promotion. But for now,
I
let's
even like us to talk
these two
on
things.
DSPs too, because there are always these boys that's always disturbing them. They have issues with DSPs and all of that, but that will be another.
That's another topic. So for now, let's just go and work on our identity as an artist and work on our community. So branding. For Wizkid, he has the biggest community. FCs. So there's nothing you can do, and it starts with one FC before they now became who they are today. Do you understand?
Before they become a force.
Because
everybody now fear FC.
So you too, you don't wait till you become a Wizkid before you have your community. You start building your community from now. And
FC has always been there. They just become a force now. There has always been an FC like. When I was in school, then they are always like this.
Exactly my point. I'm saying you don't need to wait to become a
to say you want to. I'm just saying. I'm just adding that there has always been FC.
So
I think I'll see you guys.
Thank you.
I'll see you guys. Thank you. Cameraman.